Hey guys, and welcome back. And today, I things might sound a little bit different because I'm recording from a different room. But the topic for this video, as you might have already read, is what I do to stay motivated. Firefox wanted to know in a comment, and I figured might as well make a video about it because it's something that a lot of people sometimes struggle with in terms of making a game or making anything really in general. It can be difficult to keep your motivation and be like stay on topic, do your work, get it done because sometimes it can be difficult to get work done. So the first thing that I like to do to stay motivated for something, well, first off, before I even start a project, and before you even start a project, I highly suggest you figure out like what is your reason for making the project. If you don't have a clear cut reason as to why you're making a project, if it's just a random idea that popped into your head, then you probably won't be able to stay as motivated to complete it because a lot of times just random ideas aren't able to keep you going. So what I like to do is when I get an idea, maybe I try it, maybe I mess around with it in my head a little bit, I think about it, I just I keep it on my mind, and I just think, and if it stays there for long enough, then maybe I try and make something out of it. But if it just goes away, then it's like, well, it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, so anyway, it's important to make sure that what you want to make into something, what you're going to motivate, what you're going to put your time into working on, is going to end up being something that you complete, or at least something useful that to you in terms of like a lesson to learn how to do something or something of that matter. Now, what I like to do next once I have found something of that sort, something that I know I can spend time on and something that I might be able to finish. Once I've found that, what I like to do next is to think about what needs to get done in order to finish it. So, the steps. There's going to be a couple steps that you have to go through with anything really to finish a project. So, first off, you have in terms of, I'm going to be speaking in terms of like making a game. Uh, what you need is textures, you need tiles, you need characters, you need so many different things before you're able to actually have a working game. You're going to need a lot of different things, and you have to make sure that you can do all those things. So for my main issue that I run into is textures because I'm not the greatest at making textures. Now maybe you think my textures are pretty nice, but they are definitely mediocre compared to some other people's texture abilities and such. I'm still pretty new to it, but anyways, besides the fact I don't like making tile sets and textures, so a lot of times that's my biggest problem. So first off, I try to create tile sets first, as you might see in some background footage that I just have running for this. But I try to work on different like tile sets to use in the map, and once I'm able to, or map or game, and once I'm able to get over that small hurdle, that little task that I know is going to be a problem for me, then it just kind of gives me some motivation to continue. So once I'm able to make a little bit of tile sets, make it start to look actually nice, spend an extra amount of time, an over amount of time, which I typically am already motivated to do because it's a new project. I feel good about spending just a little bit extra time in the beginning, so I won't be as annoyed later on because I got the most annoying part out of the way, which is for me it's making sprites. So once I have that out of the way, I like to get into the part that I like to do, which is, the coding, making the game work, making it feel nice. So, I create characters and I do the little miniature sprites for characters and movement, and then I code it into the game. So, with finding your motivation, what's really important is to find what works for you. So maybe you enjoy the art and the coding side is what you don't like. So maybe quickly put together some sprites really quickly and then try and code in some basic movement, get some of the coding out of the way, and then get back to working on what you like to work on. So next up, the next thing that I do, so once I kind of have this good flow, is it's to always change things up. For me, I get very bored of doing the same thing over and over. So what I find myself wanting to do is always change things up. So if I'm making a game, I like to make the game diverse. I like to have a lot of different sections. Ones maybe they have a little bit more story to it. Some other parts have a little more gameplay to it. Just you want to mix things up, make it interesting for you and likewise, it'll probably be interesting for the player if they have a little bit of different content in there. So that's what I like to do. I like to mix things up, and it also helps me. It challenges me to figure out new ways to code and new ways to put things together so that they'll work. And I just find that really entertaining, and that's what keeps me motivated as I move forward through the project. So if something starts to get boring, maybe take a couple days break of it, and then come back to it once you're feeling more confident and ready to continue working again, and maybe when you come back you'll work on something else. So that's what I do to stay motivated as I am working on a project. That's pretty much all I had to say, guys. I didn't really want to make a really long video. I just want to make a short video addressing this. Maybe you guys have your own ways that you stay motivated. Maybe you're the kind of person that just loves to grind, so maybe you just grind and grind at making this game or whatever you're working on, and that's what's going to keep you going. This is just my personal preference of what makes me continue. I don't know about you guys. If you want to tell me about what helps you stay motivated, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I will definitely read and try to respond to every single one of you. If you guys like these kind of videos or like the gaming tutorial videos and stuff in general, go ahead and leave a like. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, because I'm pretty spaced out in terms of when I can record and what I can record. So if you get an idea to me, just like Firefox did, maybe I'll pick it up and make a video on it to hopefully help you guys out and to show you the way I do things or something else that might interest you. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.